Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings to you all from Reason Together TV. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, according to your time and wherever you are watching us from. If this is your first time of coming across my channel, please don't fail to hit the red subscribe button down below and also the bell icon for notification so that whenever I upload a new video, you will always be the first person to be notified. This case that you are about to watch is a case between husband and wife. It's a case of child neglection. Please stay tuned while the defendant and the complainant make their statement for peaceful resolution until I come your way next time. Remain blessed and bye for now. Please don't fail to hit the red subscribe button, share this video with your friends and family. Bye and ciao.
Thank you for being with us. Okay, let's hear from you. What is the problem? Are you here to complain?
I've been with him since 2019 till now. We've been living in peace with the baby without any problem. All of a sudden, we started having issue, all because of one thing or the other. I asked him to help me get some money to start up something for myself. He said no, that he cannot, that he doesn't have money to give me for that he's planning for something. I said, what have you been planning? Before then, when I was pregnant of this child, I lie down on the ground with this child in our ministry. I lie down there for complete 3 months before I get a place where I will stay with the child. After giving birth to the child, the father of my child now called one of his uncles and they took me down to that place. They take care of us for 1 month. We returned back to our former place, which is 42 Ishagas Road. So we stayed there since 2019 to 2020 without any problem. So this 2020 now enter, I started telling him that please, I need to do something. He said that he doesn't have money. Why he use money for other things outside there? If I should ask him, oh yeah, give me for baby, no way. Oh yeah, give me money to start something, no way. He started telling me there is no money, but he has money to spend for other people outside there. Like girls.
How do you know?
Thank you, man. There are many girls that calls him every time, and not one, not two, that calls him all the time. In presence of me, he will answer many girls, but once he see me, he will change his face. He will go down and answer them peacefully, play with them, talk with them. But once he see me and ask him something, he will frown his face. He will tell me that he has nothing, that he doesn't have, he's expecting, and that is what he keep telling me every day by day, that he's planning something. I said, what are you planning that I cannot know? What are you planning that you will not tell me that you are planning something? He said he doesn't have money, Now his 2020 has come. Give me money to start up business. He said he doesn't have money, that he's planning something. I said, what have you been planning that you don't want to give me money? That is not bad for a girl to say, give me money, let me start up something and assist you. He said he doesn't have money. That is he complaining for it? I said, if you are not complaining, I'm a woman, I will complain, because I'm a human being. I know what it takes for someone to go out and fetch for something. Well, it's not easy. He said he's not complaining that he doesn't have money. I said, you don't have money, but you spend money outside unnecessary. Even your own child, sometimes I buy sachet of milk, pig milk, to feed this child. If before he will leave the house, he will drop 1,500 now for the whole house. I will not eat because of him. I will just use that 1,500 to manage and make sure that everybody eats. Sometimes 1,000 I keep silent. I say, oh yeah, things will get better. I never knew that he has another plan else. Until this day, when I give birth to the child, complaining here and there that my character is not good, I do this, I do that. I said, what did I do? That I asked you to give me money to start a business, is it a crime? If you have a girl to marry, you open up. Because I asked you before you met me, do you have any girl? You said no, that you don't have any girl because you don't want to somebody who say that you break her heart tomorrow. That is why I don't have it. I said, then what is all this that I'm seeing that you are doing? I keep complaining all these things. I beg, give me money to do something. He said no. Until April, then he now came up that we have to move out. And I said, move out to where? Where am I going to? Where do you want me to go? you put me in this house. It's because of me that you rented the house. Somebody told you outside that I was looking for an accommodation, that I have a problem of accommodation. You are just on your own willingly give me the accommodation, and we live together peacefully. Now where do you want me to go with this child? Where do you want me to carry the child? He said he doesn't know. Then anywhere I like I go. I said, do you want me to carry the child to under a bridge and sleep? He said it is not of his business, that he doesn't know. Anywhere I like I should go. I said, which one is anywhere I like I should go? We drag all this thing, we even take it to our ministry. Our prophet now speak and said, you should get us an apartment, get me something to do, and register this child in school. He said yes. At the end of it, nothing was done. He didn't do any of those things that they asked him to do. Instead, he signed check of 150,000 naira and gave to our prophet. Our prophet now called me that, what do I do with the 150,000? I said, nothing. It's not even enough for house rent. Talk of feeding the baby or to start up something. That what will I do with the 150,000? So the man now hold the check. He didn't give it to me until April 24th, that he transferred the money to my account, that he has paid him money to my account for me to go and take care of myself. I said, take care of myself. What of the baby? Where would the baby stay? He said he doesn't know. I said, good and fine. Since you don't know, we are going to stay here now. We are going to stay here together if you don't know, because I don't have any other place to go. My junior sister that I called for me to stay in her place, she said she doesn't want. Where else do you want me to go? He insists that I must leave. Along the line, we drag everything. So he now asked me that, what do I want? I said, I need you to give me money to start up something, so that I can help and take care of this child. It's not only you that will do it. He still persists that he doesn't have money. I said, good, you don't have money, what do you want me to do? Child, you are not taking care of me. Not before you give me food or even give me money. Even my father, when he was sick, before he died, he never cared for my people. He never cared for my father. The last word my father said was, I preparing for his grave before I would feed him. And now my father is in the mortuary. Am I preparing for his death before I would feed him? That thing touched me. If I ask him, give me money to send for my father, he will tell me he doesn't have money. But he will send to other people, take care of their families. But in the own, he will not.
But you people are not. What were you doing before you met him?
I was into cosmetic, new brand cosmetic.
So why did you stop?
He's the one that made me to stop it.
How?
Because the work was so stressful, and one, I used to close late. I go 7 in the morning and come back very late at like 10 to 11.
You stopped you. Were you married to him that he have to stop you working, and you not stop working because you find a boyfriend you are dating?
No, I was not married to him. He asked me to stop the work because one, the late comer.
Did he marry you?
He did not.
So why do you have to stop your work because of a man?
He's the one that asked me to stop.
Does that make sense to you?
That he will help me to get another one.
Are you a baby? Has he gotten another one before you had to stop your work?
That he helped me to know, I have not gotten her, but it was later that I not got another work that I was doing.
So why do you not stop the work?
When I stopped the second one was because when I was pregnant of my baby, the stress was small because it's something of run network stuff. So there is no how I can be running everywhere from morning to night. I work, move around to supply goods and come back with it in the sun from morning till evening before I will close for it. So the stress was much for me, and I couldn't make it. Sometimes I would feel weak on the road while walking inside the sun.
Because you did not plan yourself. You are walking, you find a man that you are friending. You did not wait for the man to marry you. You went and started living with him. That is not enough. You have to take him for him. That is not enough. You started sleeping in the church with the child. And now you are here to talk about the man is not taking care of you, your child, your father, as if God produced you and the family for him to take care of.
The pregnancy of this child leading down to ministry, well, he was the cause. His family.
How is it was the cause? You were raped?
His family came to the house where we are living together. He was the one that wanted to live with me. He rented the house for me, that after renting he will move out. All of a sudden he bring his thing that he will live with me. So when I was pregnant, he now invited these people to come and beat me up with the pregnancy. They threw me out of, even they nearly stabbed me with knife.
Before you took him, stop all this whatever. Before you took him, where were you living?
I was living with my uncle. They threw me out.
Why did they throw you out if your character was okay?
Because they asked me to stay with them and work as a housemaid for them where they are selling food. I said, at my age, I carry 5 children for you and you want me to work while your children are here, big children. How can I be staying under you? Be paying me for 5,000 naira every month? That let me go and look for some better work to do.
Now the better work now be the man now. You have matured now to have your own family. Please go ahead.
So they now said I should stay with. I said I should move out. I said, please, I don't have any other place to go. So I went to work. That was when I was working in New Bright Cosmetic. I went to work the one day. I not came back around to 10. When I came back 12 midnight, they threw my things out that I should move out of the house.
You're not moving with this guy?
No, I was squatting with friends.
So why don't you concentrate on your work that you were doing with your friends?
I was working.
At what point did you start living with him?
When I started living with him was 2018 when he got the apartment. 2018 November, December.
When you met him, did he have an apartment? Was he living alone?
He was living with his godfather. That was where he was living.
Yeah.
So he got the information that I was stranded. I'm looking for the accommodation where to stay. I was not the one that told him. He got this information from someone else.
Were you people dating before you got the information?
We are not. We are ministry member. We are not dating. We are not yet friends.
Married ministry member. How did you go to know that you were stranded?
It's somebody that told him. The person who knows where I'm living and knows that I have a accommodation.
Which department you belong to in church?
I do not belong to any department. I'm
just a member.
Yes.
And he also just a member.
He's a worker there.
Which department?
He's a worker.
Which department worker have? Worker, is he working in the church that paying him?
No, they are not paying him.
He's working with department. Is he a choir? Is he an usher? Is he an sanctuary keeper? Is he a pastor PA? What is his work?
He's usher.
Usher. I said the usher all the church member go house. Go ahead.
So they told him that I have an accommodation problem. He now called me and said, oh, that I have a problem. I didn't tell him. I said, no, it's not like that. I don't like telling people my problem. He said I should not worry, that let him see what he will do. On my own, he just called me one day that I should come and see this house if I'm okay with the house. It's 1 room. He asked me to go there and I went to see the house. I said it's okay. He paid for the house, that this is the house. You pay, that you pay for the house. Then he paid for the house, furniture, I do everything. I asked me to stay there. I said thank you very much. I even prayed, I did everything that I said thank you for giving me the shelter, that they threw me out, you brought me in. That thank you very much.
Out of sympathy.
Yes, so along the line he traveled that 2018 December and came back 2019 and decided to stay with me. He now went to his godfather's place to pick all his things at night so that he could stay with me permanently. That is how we started living together.
As husband and wife.
One day I now called him that because of the way he makes call and other things. I said, this way you are living, I don't like it. If a man wants to get something in the future, it's not like this. To achieve something as a man, you need to cool down. That many girls are disturbing you too much. Calm down. It's not like that. He said that is his sister, this one is sister. I said sister every day sister. I said oh no problem. So the thing now continued. I said please, I want to go and look for somewhere else to stay. He started shouting, started crying that I should please, where am I going to? That is because of me he rented the apartment. If I should that I should not go anywhere. Even before then I've given him my sister's this phone number to thank him for me because of the accommodation. My sister now thank him that he's a good man, everything. So he now complain about me that I want to pack out of the house, that where am I going to? My sister now called me and said, why do I want to pack out? That the man is complaining that I want to pack out, where am I going? I said I don't like the way the man is behaving, so I don't want to stay here. Tomorrow they will say I do another thing. Let me go because we are not yet married, we are just friends, let me go. He said no, that I should not go anywhere. So I said since I don't have any other place to go, let me go and stay like you said, that he has plan for me. I said plan for me, okay, let me relax and see if the plan will still work out.
Now the plan now result to baby, have it?
Yes ma, the plan now result to baby.
Mr. Usher, let's hear from you.
Yeah, ma'am. As she said, this thing started towards
I mean,
November.
speak loud, okay?
It started November, December 2018, as she said. So, due to a friend I helped, so due to I do carry them to the ministry, even to the place we do worship. So, on the process, they brought her. I was like, who is this? So they then tell me that it's Cecil. I said, okay.
You say?
They then told me that maybe it's a friend that is just living in the next building. That is how they got to know her. I said, okay, we're going to church, ministry together, everything. All of a sudden, a day, the guy then tell me that they have thrown her things out. The place he was living with one man like that. So I was like,
She was living
what?
with one man.
He was living with one man, this her. So I was like, what happened? So I said, okay, no problem. I have to contact her and ask what is happening. I see what I heard. He said, yes, it's true, this and that. I have to take the risk that night. I said, okay, no problem. Let me come. I carry one of my friends, that is my former neighbor. I said, okay, oh yeah, come and escort me. Let's go to so place. We went there. We saw her, carry her things, carry her bags. And I said, okay, stay with this, my friend, for maybe like 2-3 days. By then, I paid for the room and furnished everything so that
For her or for you?
I use her name due to the person that owns the place does not want our line person to come there. So I have to use her name to go at the back. So that boy used her name now to go there, so the person then accept.
Did you tell her the plan that you were renting the house for her under pretense?
I didn't tell her. I just tell her that I'm using your name due to this person. The wife does not want a line person due to how she behaved and everything, so that the person will not be going or telling her husband that this is what the wife is doing or that is what she was.
I don't understand what you are saying. Is it the wife that have the house?
It's the man that have the house.
Don't need to tell me, please.
She and her wife. So her wife was like, the man said wanted to rent the place.
They speak broken, make her they understand. No, they say she and her wife. I don't know where man. I've been a lesbian.
The man
wife.
and his wife, yes. So they then talk. The woman, the wife said he does not want a line person.
What is line person?
That is the person selling the same thing her husband is selling. To come to that place, to the room, because it was like room and parlor. Then the man shared one and was using one for where he store his gas.
Are you selling the same thing with you, man?
Yes. I'm selling air conditioner and cold room parts. The man is selling. The man is just opposite me. So
they say they can't hear you. Please speak loud.
So the man was like, okay. Then I used her name to do the thing. So after everything, I finished everything and did everything. Then I traveled that December. Then January, I then came back and I said, okay, I will carry my things to the house so that, okay, since I want to help you, let's stay together. As we stay together, I have a plan for you. Since you have thrown out, then your work, I said you should stop. There was no time. I said she should stop her work. I was like, this work you are working, early in the morning by 7 you have left, coming back again, you will come by 10 o'clock. Is it not stressful, or you look for another work? That was it. Then from there, I don't know what happened between them or anything in their working place that she once complained that I think the manager or what was wanted to friend her, something like that or anything. So the boss let her say, okay, if she will not continue, she should quit the job. That was how she quit the job. By God's grace, we started looking for another job. I tell her, okay, go and look. I will substitute you in any work that you look for anything. So she went ahead. By God's grace, she looked for one. And she started it. I said, okay, good and fine. We were living there. I was doing everything for her. I take care. Even her family, she mentioned. Sometimes I will give her money to send to her sister or her dad when I have. So at a stage, things was going. Then I was like, okay, I don't have that cash for now that I wanted to give you to. Maybe you go and look for something doing on your own, because I like someone that is independent on his own. So on the process, we started being together. Then the next thing was like, am I a man or this and that? How will you? I was saying, no, you are like a sister to me. I will not think because I want to help you, then the next thing I take advantage of you. It was like, no, this and that. What does that mean? This and that. I said, okay. From there, we started sleeping together. Before you know it, on a day I went to, there were two, my uncle's children were doing celebration of their departing from school. I went there. I was there when she sent message to me that she's pregnant. I said, okay, no problem, I've had. Then when I come home, we talked of it, everything. He was saying this, that. I said, okay, no problem. That week I traveled. I tell my mom that, Mom, see you, look at what is happening.
Have you been married before?
No.
You have children before?
No.
Go ahead.
So I then say, okay. My mom then tell me that, okay, if I go, I should tell her. Since she tell her to move, that time she came, she didn't move, and this had happened, no problem. We went to the ministry, they talked everything, and they say, okay, the prophet said, since it's like this,
I'm not saying a prophet church, this kind of thing they happen.
He said, okay.
They see vision, they don't go see na say na they sleep each other, they commit sin. And when it happen, the prophet will come say.
He said,
go ahead.
He said, okay, since it has happened like this, okay, let me take care of her till she delivered and everything. Then if she said she's going with the baby, I should never drag the baby with her. If she's leaving it for me, no problem, but I should make sure that I should take care of her. Then to an extent, I should take care of the baby as well.
Who give you this kind of advice?
So is the man of God.
That so, I need to see that man of God. That man of God will come to this office.
He's late.
He's late.
Yeah.
You see now. Now they commit sin under his nose and ministry. Now they go a pregnant person. Body touch me, body touch you. Are you a man? Are you not a woman? This is the essence why this you say what is it called? What eye cannot see, neck cannot draw. If I can't see you, I cannot draw neck to say, who is this? Until I set my eyes on you. Go ahead, I don't want to cut you short.
So, as they tell us that since we have committed this thing and everything like this is how it will go, so that she herself will not be as if I neglected her or I maltreated her bad, so that it will just be like that. So after everything, by God's grace, when I even traveled, that was the day I traveled was the following day she gave birth to the baby. Everything, we talked on phone, everything till from there I did transfer and everything, they pay for hospital bill and every other things. Then on the time I returned back, everything was going as normal. Then my auntie was like, since she's here and she cannot leave his husband place, who is my uncle, and stay in my place and be taking care of the baby and her, they should come down to his place. So that is how they get to move. Before they move, she was like, no, this and that. I was telling her, can you take care of yourself if she leave? It was like this and that. I want to throw her and the baby out, this and that, blah, blah, blah. If there was no insult and everything, she did not rain. I said, okay, go there first, stay. Then if there is anything, you complain or tell me, then let me know how to go about it. We stayed there till when the baby was somehow strong. Then my auntie called me again and said, how far? Okay, since she's strong now, they can still come back. He said, okay, on a very good day, I should come. Before the lockdown, I went there, I picked them will come to our place before lockdown started. I take care of them, doing everything. Everything was moving smoothly. The next thing, she started her problem here and there, that the way I did call, the way I do call, the way I do this, the way I was like, what is it? Every time you do nag, and every time you do complain of unnecessary things I don't know.
Were you really talking and talking? Because whether you marry a woman or not, you can't stay in presence of a woman and you be chatting and discussing with another woman. Is there no emotion running in? Can a woman you love do that to you?
No, I do take my own self. Sometimes I do even do it openly, so that she will not think that maybe it's another thing.
What do you do openly?
I do sometimes. I do chat. Sometimes there was a time, say,
What kind of chat?
I do chat on WhatsApp, do with my classmates and some of the church ministry and others.
You won't go church another person again. You won't go usher another woman again.
No.
Because like the step, they say evil communication corrupt good manner. You are the one that lure her into. I will not allow you to talk much and started wasting my precious time here. You lure her into it. Whether she was living with a man and they throw her out of the house, she never approached you for shelter. You use her. You use her name. You even betrayed her because using somebody's information to go and get an apartment, that is against her wish. You never knew whether she would want that or not. You took advantage of her because she was stranded and she needed the shelter. You were renting the apartment for yourself, not for her. And you used her name to rent an apartment, which you never disclosed to her. And the family members, they were applauding you, thanking you, blessing you for a good brother in the church that saw a stranded sister that also go to the extent of renting an apartment and furnish. That kind of act is suspicious. If only they can think well. You never approached her. You want to marry her. You never proposed her having any better relationship with her. Then you went ahead and rent an apartment, lure her into the apartment, staying there for a period to try to distract the landlord from who rented the apartment or that. That is betrayal of trust, which you cannot throw her. You can't throw her out of the house. The receipt of the house is in her name. And if you had allowed her to live a single life, squatting from church to street to bus stop anywhere, she will not have any contact or body contact with you, where according to you, because you are not man enough to control your emotion. You are not a man. Why are you not touching her? Why is she not touching you? She not say no. So she's the one that lure you into the sex. Agreed. But you are equally not a baby and you are not a virgin. So when you see, however, whether you want to call her Delilah or Jezebel or anything, which you brought into your house, she did not want to, she never approached you or applied coming to your house. You rented the apartment and talk her into that and use her name to rent the apartment. After which you came into the house. You are the temptation here. Because if you rent apartment for her, you told her, please, I want to, you are looking for, you are stranded. And I want to rent apartment for myself. And I don't know I don't want the landlord to know that I'm going to be the owner of the house. For that reason, for this period, I want you to stay. I'm renting the apartment. You go and stay there. But if I'm back, I am going to stay there and take over the place. Or apparently told the man that I'm your brother. That is if she so desire that she can stand temptation coming from both of you, living in a room, you go to bedroom, you bathe, you come out, nobody touch each other, nobody feel anything. You blindfolded her. Then you rent the apartment. You give her the apartment. You traveled. Then you came back to come and be living with her as a single lady and you are a single man. And if she's not into any serious relationship, what would you expect of a lady that is already advanced, she's above 18, and she stay with you as a single man? And possibly you are her kind of person she likes. you did not approach her, maybe she would take a step if this man can propose her marriage. So if you don't want her, she's not your spec, she's not your kind of woman, she's not your kind of wife you want to marry, after using the house and using her name to bring her into the house, Oga, Mr. Usher, you would have excused her from the house, let her go on with her life and go and be squatting with any other person else. After all, she was already thrown out and she was going on patching her life. You are not married to her, neither did you have any, she's not your younger sister. And she has been working, leaving early, coming back late. She has the right to decide if where the hour she closed from her place of work is not comfortable for her, let her resign. Not you giving her that advice, because that is how she has been living her single life before you bag into her life. You just said now that she's going resuming 7 o'clock and coming back at 10 o'clock, and I don't even know why some of you should want to control women when they need to live their life and they are living, and even support their own life, not even supporting you. Some of you men will look for every avenue to frustrate them from their source of income. Then at the end, you want to place that person in a condition where she should be living, become a shadow of her life. Because she knows you. Why on earth would you want to have an affair with somebody that you know you are not willing to marry? And you call yourself a Christian. And you did not even stop in the Christianity. You are even defiling the section called usher. You are ushering people, de-ushering them, you usher them in, you usher them out. Who knows how many you have impregnated? And your prophet, your late prophet, could not even advise you. You did not keep to the holiness. You did not even show good example as a Christian and as a member of the church, who is even a member of usher. You started having an affair with a church member, which you were supposed to encourage and even bring her close to the things of God, for her to be more committed. You started having immorality act with her, committing all manners. You impregnated her. He did not even compel you to marry the sister. And so that both of you ask for forgiveness and you go on now that you have a child. They are telling you, yeah, take care of the child. If you get to a point, you can tell, if you can't give you the child, let her go with the child. If you want to give you the child, you take the child. For what? Who else might you think anybody want to be having children here and there? Before you impregnated her, has she not been a nagging type? And if she was not, you would tell her how to stop nagging. Because if you are a good Christian, if you have fear of God, your bar hair alone is enough to be a reverend father in church. Which ring are you carrying?
It's finger rosy.
Let me see. Finger guinea. Finger rosy.
There is nothing.
You are now become a Catholic now. I be your prophet church, they use finger rosary.
No, I go to Catholic church. Ministry is just like we go to church, then we come there in the evening to do prayer, then everybody will go. Then,
my dear brother, it is not too late for you to give your life to Christ. You are not a baby. You are a full-grown man, full adult, that's supposed to have wife and children in your house. Your mates have wives and children. By now, you should even be ashamed that you are not married as a man. Some of you, senses should come into you. What else again are you looking for in the streets? To go and be dating other girls here and there, that you are not big enough to be settled as a man, you are not big enough to control a wife as a wife or as a husband. Since you were not able to withstand the temptation, which you all know, and that is the reason why we still put eye and protect against too much closeness between men and women, because it can lead to anything. You don't know who can stand the temptation, if it's the man or the woman. So you fight against it. You remove yourself from any form of closeness, mostly when it comes to private between you and opposite sex. You cannot be too spiritual not to see some nakedness, and you will not say later again that you are tempted. So to avoid the temptation, don't go deeper. Avoid it. Let your conversation, your communication with any woman, whatever you are doing, be open to where any other person can be seeing both of you, even if they cannot listen to your conversation. So you can't abandon her to say this, that. And you, Madam Business, a man that have not married you, I don't know how you want the man to marry you, when you have started giving bill and responsibility of your generation upon him. Don't interrupt me. Don't even try it. You say something now. Your father is asking you, is he your debt that is debt that you will take care of him? Are you married? Did he give your hands in marriage? Is he your father, son-in-law? Did he approach any members of your family that he wants to marry you? You are the one that disappointed your family by having children outside wedlock. So if he so desire, even if you have in-law, it's not an obligation. It's just a mind, a Christ mind, that somebody you are married and the person respects his mother or his own father, and he just see the mother-in-law or father-in-law as his own mother and father, and decided to extend these arms of goods to him, or charity or whatever, to your family, and also had to base on your character towards the person. You can't be challenging a man, you can't be stubborn to a person and you want the person to carry your family along. No. That love must come through you. He must see, first of all, show the love and respect for you. Then he begins to extend it to your family, and applicable to a woman. You can't love a man, you can't hate a man and begin to show love to his family, to his extended family. Your complaint alone is scary. Man have not paid your dowry. You are telling him whether your father should live on him. He should establish your business. Is that should be your priority now? Establish your business. Have you been legally married to him? No. Did he owe you any obligation? No. To establish you in business, he does not owe you any obligation, because you are an adult. You just decided to listen to his advice by resigning from your place of work instead of focusing on your source of income. Even if you are married, you must not live on a man alone. You should be able to have your own source of income to take care of your personal needs, if not even supporting the man. Some of you will not wise up. You see a man, you just fling, and that is how you sell your life, you sell your soul, you sell your spirit and your heart, everything to the man. Then tomorrow you come out and say, you break my heart. When you know that this man helped you, let's say he did not even tell you that the house he wants to live there, he helped you as a good Samaritan. Has that become a what is it called? A certificate to become your marriage certificate to become your husband? That you are not sleeping with him. So there shouldn't be any help free of charge without sex attached. You are in a church member help you. You not turn church member to become your husband, and you did not see anything wrong about that, and you are not even working hard to ensure that your mistake now, the man should also overlook and all that. Let both of you think of what will become good out of the mistake you people have made. You are coming here to come and say he did not establish you in business, as if he owe you obligation to establish you in business. Why did you refuse to take care of the child?
Okay, ma'am. I didn't refuse to take care of the child because, like, let me just say a month ago now, so my account was hacked. So they removed 200,000, almost 200,000 naira from my account.
Do you have the proof?
So
Get me cold water
yeah,
from there.
I have the proof. Is on my phone.
Go ahead.
So
From your nose.
so
Out.
so when this thing happened, I was like running here and there because the thing happened by some minutes after 3. When I wake up in the morning, I will just see alert on my phone. I have to rush to the bank to ask what is happening. I don't know. I'm with my ATM card and I'm with my phone. What happened? They said I use my physical ATM card. I said, am I a spirit to go by 3 o'clock in the night, in the midnight, to use my ATM? Okay, if even I want to use ATM, will I be pulling almost 200,000 with POS? What am I doing with it by that hour? So we were talking on that one and was complaining. So after which everything, I then said, okay, instead it will look as if I am like doing bad to her or anything, I have to go and sell some things and every other thing. I have to raise money and I put 150,000 in her account.
But why did you even ask her to leave the house with the child? Why did you ask her to leave the house?
I never asked her to leave. What I told her was, okay, since it is like this now, because me myself, I told her before I even traveled that now I want to make up myself and face my real self and my reality and everything.
Which of the real self and reality?
So that is what I told her. Then I said, okay, since it's like this, let me see what I can do for you or anything.
So that she will go with the child.
That was what she was saying. I then said, okay, no problem. So as time was going on,
Is she living in that house now, or you chased her out of the house?
she's living in the house.
She's living in the same house.
No, me myself now I've packed from the place.
To where?
To another place.
To another place where?
Another place in Mosul, there houses there.
You packed out from the house you rented,
Yeah.
that both of you were living,
Yes, ma'am.
before she gave birth to this child.
Yes, ma'am.
You now leave that now so that she will use her nose, abi her saliva to renew the rent.
That was what I then checked. I said, okay, since this is like this and I don't have enough with me again, use this 150
To do what?
to sort as if it is business or anything you can do. By God's grace, if I have any again, I can still add to it. This is how I told her. She then said,
You are talking about business. How much is the house rent where you left her? Because if you are not marrying her,
house-
you will rent apartment for her and the child. She cannot carry the child and be sleeping on the street. Now that you've left them and rent another apartment elsewhere, you will be responsible for where this baby is going to stay.
that was what we were saying, ma. Before she then started raising talk and everything.
Some of you are so heartless. Some of you men are so heartless, so devilish, so demonic, so insensitive. I don't know who created some of you men. You were so heartless, sir. You did not even pack out just because you are not even having feelings for this innocent child. You packed away from where this woman supposed to stay and take care of the child. You just left there. She's not working. You are giving her 150,000 to start up business. And house rent is how much? And who is to be renewing the rent?
That's what I'm still coming up to the forum.
Go straight to the point, because your response is so sluggish and annoying. Please go straight to the point. Don't waste my time here.
When I gave her that money and everything, she then said, okay. Before then, said, that day, I know how she did. She hit me and slapped me, everything, to the extent of when they carried knife to stab me. That was when I collected the knife from her. I collected the knife from her, then called one of the ministry member and told her,
ministry again,
and tell him that look at what is happening, or look at what this girl did. After the money I gave to her, she then carried knife that want to stab me and was hitting me and everything. He said I should leave there. I said, no problem, I've had you. I left there. After leaving there, she went out there. Later in the night, when I returned, we slept. Then in the midnight, she wake me up and said she was sorry, this and that, blah, 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 all those things. I then say, okay, I don't carry anything. You are the one that did everything, but no problem. She then said I should call my mom so that my mom will come to Lagos, so that she will hand the baby over to my mom, not even me. She will hand it over to my mom. Then she can go and take care of herself. So I said, okay, if that is from you. That day, I did not even call my mom. It was the following day I called my mom and said, Mom, look at what Osinachi said. He then said, okay, she has heard. When she will come, she will tell me.
so your mother is coming to come and carry her child now.
So, I'm coming, ma. So, after a while, I went to the bank back concerning my money. I was in the bank when she called, one Thursday like that, and said, is my mom around? Is my mom in Lagos? I said, I don't know. Then later, I called her back again. What did who told you that my mom is around or anything? Did my mom come to our house? She said no, that somebody saw my mom. Somebody that knows my mom. I then called my mom, Mom, are you in Lagos? Or he said, yes, she's in Lagos. I said, how come? You did not even call anybody or to inform us that you are here in Lagos. He said, no, you don't want to inform any of us. She went straight to her sister's place. Then on Sunday, when she was about to come to my own place, she called me when we were in the church. I then tell her that, okay, see the address. I gave her the address, then she let her come. She then came and said, okay. When they were talking, they then said, okay, my daughter, you said I should come. Here am I now. So what do you want to tell me? She then started pleading because she rained curses and insult on my mom. There was a day she asked me to give my mom's phone number to her so that she can talk with my mom. I never knew that she wanted to be insulting and cursing my mom and was doing all sorts of things.
Who told you she cursed your mom?
My mom said that.
Your mom
even
said
my
that.
dad, yes. My dad said that. Even she herself, she can testify to that. She said it.
Why did you insult your child grandma?
I never insulted her. I called her on phone to plead with her. I said, Mommy, please, you told me something, you gave me an advice, and I took your advice. At the end of it, I never knew that the advice is resulting to pregnancy, that this is what is happening. The woman started laying curse on me, that I'm a stupid girl, that I've given birth to children in my house, and I came to stay with my daughter, that I should get out of that place, or turn out many curses. And I said, okay, that you're a Christian, you're laying this kind of curse on me, that everything is only God that will judge both of us, and I got to the core.
What kind of advice? Did she advise you to sleep with the son?
No, when she came to the house and met both of us. So she has asked the son, who am I? And the son now explained to her. So she now called me and said,
what did the son explain to her?
Yeah, according to her, she said that the son told her that he was helping me, that I'm just a friend, and he accommodates me.
So when the son did not introduce you to the mother as a fiancé or wife to be or wife, what do you expect the woman to do after she not see pregnancy?
When she left,
she should jubilate, or you don't know? Do you know whether the woman have somebody that she want the son to marry?
Before she left, she told me, I agreed with her. I now packed my head, called him, I said, your mom have make a point to let me move. He insisted that I must not pack out of the house. I have packed my things to move out. He resisted me that I should not move out of the house. That is not his mother that will tell him what to do.
The mother told you from the beginning that he doesn't want, she don't want to.
No, that is when she came here. No, that I should go and look for it. Since we are not married, that I should go and look for somewhere else.
And because she's a woman, she have already foreseen what will happen.
And that is what I'm saying, ma. Then I have packed my things to move out, and he is the one that asked me not to move out. That is not the mother that will tell him what to do. It's after the mother left that May, June, that I never knew I was pregnant, and I called him and told him that this.
So when the mother came, have you people started having sex?
We have been doing that before the mother came.
Oga, you wanted to leave, you did not let her leave. Now pregnancy have come, and it's not your mother, according to you now, it's not your mother that can decide for you. You will carry your cross, abeg. You get me? It's high time some of you should respect yourself for once. Water that is not good for you to drink, don't use it to wash face, because it can still penetrate through your lip to your mouth. When you know that somebody is not good for you for marriage, don't attempt having anything to do with her sexually. And as a child of God, you are not even supposed to be doing all that while you are not yet married to somebody. So that is not proper. So in all ramification, you have to take your responsibility. If you have given her money to start up business, then talk about where the child will be staying. How much is the house rent?
The house rent is 55,000.
55,000 per annum.
Yes, ma'am.
So are you willing to continue in this relationship?
No, ma'am.
Why?
Because I've told her a long time now, before the issue of the pregnancy and the baby, that I will not marry you or anything, so that it will not look as if that I'm maltreating you or anything. So since it's like this, when my mom came and you refused, said you will not give her the baby again, that you have decided that you will train the baby on your own.
Let me see the baby. How old is the baby?
A year and 3 months.
So your mother came to come and carry somebody's child of a year and baby. Can your mother support that kind of a thing? If your sister have a child for a man, can your mother allow your sister to give a child of 1 year to that girl mother to come and carry?
Ma, this is her
As
own.
the world gone so worse that people don't have conscience again, your mother is a mother. So why would she want to come and collect somebody's child, a year child?
Mom,
Because she don't want you to marry the lady.
my mom did not force or said anything after everything. He then said,
And
okay.
your mother cannot even say, let us see the character of this girl. This girl could be her own daughter. Who is perfect? Are you the perfect man there?
Nobody is perfect, ma, but when she said this thing, she was the one that said my mom should come and carry, because I was like, are you really sure of what we are saying?
Do you ask the woman to come and carry the child?
Ma, I told him, because that day
I just want yes or no.
Yes, I did.
And what is your purpose of calling the mother to come and carry
I was
your
not
child?
the one they called. I don't have her number.
But you said you told her to come and carry the child.
I told her to come and carry the child because
Why don't you give her the child since you call her to come and carry the
when
child?
the reason why I didn't give
You
it
are
to
such
her.
a confused woman.
The reason why I didn't give it to her because I would look at the baby. It's too small, and I've told him before
you
that.
Don't think of the baby before
I
you
think
listen.
of it every day by day. I do tell him that this baby is too small. It's not those. I used to tell him that this baby is too small.
Don't go and sell this baby.
God forbid, I will never sell my own blood. So I told
But if you
him.
can tell your mother-in-law, your boyfriend mother to come and carry a year baby, I don't know what you are looking for that
Mommy,
you want to.
he is the one that persuaded me if I'm to travel down to
Everything
the village.
they persuaded you. They persuaded you into sex. They persuaded you into house. They persuaded you into pregnancy. No one you persuade yourself. They persuade you into leaving your work.
Mommy,
Which one do you persuade yourself?
Let me say, he's the one that asked me to drop the baby for him. I said, how can I drop my baby for
So
you?
if the man say drop the baby for you and you now call your mother
It's
to come and carry it.
because I told him to rent apartment for me and the baby where we stay because he asked us to leave the house. I said, where am I going to with this child?
But you are there, you are still in that house.
We are still in the house, but they have given us, everybody should pack out from now to August because the building has been sold from this June to August.
Okay. go straight to the point. In 1 minute, I want to round up this.
So ma.
No, I don't want
when,
any story again. I only want. I'm rounding up. Don't tell me any story or when anymore.
No, this one was.
You heard that they want to. They sold the building and they want them out.
Yeah.
Where is she going to stay with the baby?
For now, because I've told her I don't have money now that I can send.
Go back to where he's living. You and the child have to go and live there until they have money where he'll provide an apartment for the child to stay. The child is little, you can't give it to any person, not even him, not even your mother, not even your father, not even his own mother. You go there where he's living, go there and he will feed this child until he have a capable apartment where you can train his child, until the child get to a level where he have the right, legal right to claim his child. Then you give him his child if you so wish.
Mommy is not living with a woman.
That is what I'm saying.
He said I don't even know the place because he moved and he never told me where he was living.
If he did not provide where he's living, we will track him. At least we'll have his face here. Oga, whether you have money now, you don't have money now, these are two options. This child, I'm not the one that born the child. You are the one that impregnated her and have the child. And we cannot watch you because of your own negligence and carelessness bring forth innocent child to this world to come and punish. This child must be properly taken care of. The child must be sheltered by you, not by any other person. And you know she don't have source of income. Who they do business must live in a place before you go out to go and run your day-to-day activities or your business you want to do. Now that they have sold the house and they have given them quick notice to vacate the house, they will come back to your house, except you provide where they will be staying, that the child will be there while you take care of your child. Nobody is forcing you to marry her or to marry you. If God wish both of you to be husband and wife, everything is in the hand of God. He will do his perfect work, and what will link both of you again, nobody will know except God. So the child is our priority. Is the relationship between you and her is not our concern here, because both of you are not married. If she see herself and she don't value herself, she give herself to you, you want to use and dump and the child come out, nobody will say that anybody should abandon the child. You can't abandon the child. So let her start her business where she'll be supporting the upkeep of the child while you take your responsibility. So from now till August, if you cannot provide where she's staying, you give us address, we somebody have to go and confirm she have to come to that place and stay until you provide her where she will stay with the child, where this child can be sheltered, until your child get to where the law permits you to take your child. You can take your child. If she still want to continue from there and hold her baby, she can hold her baby. However, both of you will communicate for a better upbringing of the child. Give me that second letter form. They close as if they see vision. Some of you that look quiet can be so deadly. Choir master.
She's the one that,
Yeah.
that pushed me to the extent of all these things, because I never planned this for her. And
Never planned what?
And what I even did for her and everything.
What did you do for her? You used her. What do you do for her? You used her.
You used her
Because you just said, now I'm talking to you about on your statement. You say you never wanted, it's never in your plan to rent apartment for her. Why do you use her name to go and rent an apartment? Without her approval?
No, it was with her consent and everything.
Which kind of consent?
I told her that, see what this man said, that his wife said.
This man say, his wife say, your mother say, girlfriend say, pastor say, prophet say, everything say. No one you say for yourself. Oh. Everybody that they say so. Abeg, what is today's date?
Today is 31st.
You write your name here, you write your address here, you write that you will provide an apartment for her from, you said the place they are asking you people to live there when?
August 31st.
31st, from August 31st, you provide her an apartment where she and your baby will be staying pending when she get established, and you take care of the upkeep of the child henceforth. I still be supporting the child, I still be supporting the upkeep of the child.
He has not though.
The 150,000, you yourself, you have problem.
The 150,000 he gave to me, I use it to start up something. What I'm doing is selling akara.
Then they use 150,000 to start akara
and inside
bread. This
the money
woman,
is what
how
I'm
they won't
using
marry
to
you with
feed
this your
child.
wahala now?
Is what I'm using to feed the child also.
Use akara 150,000 to freeze fries. Akara is how much? A bag of beans is how much? Akara what?
Akara and bread.
And even if how many loaves of bread you buy, the whole house of loaf of bread, that you are using akara and bread 150,000 naira to sell akara and bread. Even if you on your own, if you don't know how to save, no man will marry you. No man will marry you, woman. You use 150,000 to serve to fry akara and bread, and you cannot save.
It's not all. I'm just using it gradually because all the whole property in that house, he packed everything. I had to use part of the money to buy some things.
Where were you when he was packing those things?
I was there looking because the mother was sitting down on top of the bed. Sit down there, he carry gas, carry bed. Me and the baby is lying down on the ground.
Now.
Before that is what I do.
Hello.
They are lying on the ground. And
It's on the phone. It's on the phone.
Everything.
The baby is lying down on the
What
ground.
did you carry from that house?
I carry some things that I will be using, then leave her with some other things.
Did you leave phone?
Come, call this guy for me.
Did you leave phone?
Do you have phone in that house now?
I don't have phone. I don't have gas. Well, I'm using labor gas.
If people go to your house now, is there phone in your house?
There is no phone there. It's in my phone. I snapped everything.
Why did you take phone from that house? Why did you take phone from that house?
I take it because I don't have the one I would use. Then she was the one that said I should leave them with this other one and the duvet and everything. I said okay. My mom even I tell my mom
I need to call police for this man.
My mom should not even.
You put this child on the floor and you and your mother go with Dunlop from that house? I'm asking you. I'm asking you a question.
Ma.
What and what is not in that house because they need to go and return those things.
Ma, there is no gas. There is no phone. There is no pot.
No gas.
No gas.
No phone.
No phone.
No pot.
No pot.
You take them out of the house so that she can do what?
You say I did not leave you with any pot.
What did you leave there?
Ma, this one is when I carry the thing when.
Hello, Eso. Eso, good afternoon. How you doing? Well done. Please, I need your men around this my office to be here, please. I want to transfer one case there. I want to transfer one case here now. I need those your men around here to come to our office. Yes, it's human rights, from human rights office. Okay, I'm waiting. Go ahead.
So when my mom was taking all those things, I told my mom that even when I called her, she called me and then I said I know everything. That this gas we are talking of, I will return it back when my mom left.
When your mom left,
That is what
your mother must be a wicked mother.
Is never because when she
Your
was
mother must be a wicked mother. I will say it to your face without even reservation. Your mother took gas where a child stays. Know that the child is feeding. Let's say they use water, they use that gas to boil water to bathe this child, or they use that gas to boil water to feed this child, or they use that water to that gas to boil water to give milk to this child, and your wicked mother allow you to go away with gas from that house. You don't do things just because of another person. You do things because of yourself. And your mother born, and she never thought of when you were like this baby, this innocent child, and she's so heartless that even when she knew that this child belongs to you and this child is her grandchild, she never even feel this girl is stupid, but for the sake of her grandchild, you can live even without nothing, but let this grandchild be sheltered in a proper way. You went with Dunlop, you went with pots, you went with gas, and you give her a duvet to be sleeping on the floor with an innocent child that never begged you to commit your atrocity to bring her into this world. And I believe maybe you are smoke or you have drink a tramadol before you enter this office, because a normal person cannot behave the way you are behaving. How can an old woman like you behave this way? We are going to your house, so wherever you are living, if police come here and hand over you to them, they have to go and investigate where you are living. You packed everything, you don't care, you just give out whatever. Okay, 150,000, go and rent apartment, go and do this, go and do that. Why? At times, let's have fear of God. Hello? While we're waiting, or before we take him to station, if we wait a little, because I have to close in a moment. If you have anything to say as regard to this case, you can put your call in on 090-3024-74. Good evening, your name and where you are calling from.
Okay, my name is Dr. I'm calling from New York.
Sorry, I barely hear you. Hello? Hello, okay. The line cut off for 090-3024-74. You either return the phone back there or you go and buy phone where the child need to sleep. Do you understand what I'm saying? You either return the phone or you will buy phone that they will be sleeping. Every necessary things that they need in that house, provide it. You think about your tomorrow, you think about God, you have your conscience, not for anything. The day you naked before this woman and you strip yourself naked without being ashamed, you slept with her not once, not twice, even if it is once, that thing that prompted you to start having sex with her without being ashamed, that spirit should come into you that you must have mercy on that child. Good afternoon, your name and where you are calling from, please. Hello? Your name and where you are calling from. Hello? 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 What is going on? Good evening. Yeah, who is speaking? I'm fine, thank you. Okay, can you speak up a little? Your voice is very faint. We can't hear you here.
I'm sorry, my name is Susan. Susan, I'm calling from US.
Okay,
I'm calling, yes, in respect of this program now going on.
go ahead.
That ministry, I know the ministry very well. It's a Osuelega,
Okay.
Fresh Street, Osuelega. And that guy there, I know he's very, very good. This is what is going on in that ministry.
Okay.
They use the whole girls in the ministry and pregnant them. They even sell babies. They sell babies. That's what is going on in that ministry. The owner of the ministry died last year. His name is Malachi God. That's the owner of the ministry. He died last year. A lot
Imagine.
of atrocity is going on in that ministry. A lot. Was a pregnant lady, they dropped the lady, they drop another one. In that same ministry, it's a great stream to do a letter. That is what is going on. There is one that says more cases are coming to your office too.
Okay.
There is one on ground, it's the same problem. The pregnant this lady, now it's not the lady. It's not the lady in the village and gone to Lagos now. The same ministry. The same ministry. A lot is happening there. That guy, I know that guy very well. 26 people, they tell them, they see vision why they are not seeing anything. The sitting down, yes. So please, man, you need to handle this case very well. That guy is lying. The guy there is lying. He's a big liar. He's a liar.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. Where is the ministry? Where is the open your mouth and talk? Baby sellers, you heard what he said. This person is calling from US and he said he knows the ministry. You heard when she mentioned the name of the street where the ministry is. Say the prophet died last year. When did your prophet die? Last year. So the person that is calling know the ministry very well and say that is how people are pregnating yourself up and down in that ministry. And at times they even impregnate babies and they sell the baby. Good evening, your name and where you are calling from. Hello? Hello? Sorry?
Hello?
Hello?
My name is Joy. I'm calling from Onitsha.
Go ahead.
The issue of this man, first of all, you know that if you don't know the sense the woman are passing through, first of all, the bed and him and the girlfriend are sleeping, let them collect the bed first, collect all the gas, then she will know the sense before taking him to police station. He and his mother is very wicked, so find the innocent baby on that matter, no matter what. So let them tell the parents that after all, we are entering the rainy season. So, first, so, do whatever they can do. They are very, very wicked. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you ready to replace those things or no? Yes or no? Are you ready to replace those things now? Yes or no? Your name and where you are calling from? Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me? My name is Victor. I'm calling from VI.
Go ahead.
Okay, so my contribution is very simple. I want to blame the guy for the kind of deceiving the man and the lady to pregnant her. But since this has happened, I think the judgment, from my own thinking, we should base the judgment on the child, the welfare of the child.
That's what we are concerned about. He cannot he cannot live where they are living. He knows that this woman is not working. And he packed her from the house and left the place and packed every necessary thing from the house. Where did he expect the baby to sleep?
Yes, I understand. So I think for my own study, I think that is why, one, he gave the woman the 150 to be able to start something doing and make up a saving for her rest. One. So two, if he will go and pay for rest for the lady is a mature lady. So she should be able to do what? To look for her own apartment. If the guy impregnated her and denied and run away, I believe she can find an apartment for her to live in. So we should concentrate on the child on the man taking care of the child, 100%.
How will he take care of the child when he don't have apartment to stay? The apartment where they are living, this man has packed out, and the landlord have sold the apartment. So if she take 100,000 to rent a new apartment or 100 something, what is left for her to do business, sell akara, and take care of the child? Why this guy have carry foam, carry dunlop, carry gas, carry pot, and they don't have anything they used to cook for even the child to even bath with hot water?